I think every man is born with the motivation to, in one form or another, conquer the world. And I think that's why it doesn't matter if you do it in a corporate sense. It doesn't matter if you do it in a physical sense. I've done it in every sense. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is the same drive. The reason the Romans melted rocks, made swords, walked in random directions and killed anyone they could find. I mean, they didn't have Google Maps. They didn't email those guys and find out they're bad guys. They didn't give a fuck. They're like, well, let me just go over here and take this from them. Because there's something warrior, there's an instinct inside of men that make you want to conquer. This is the reason why more CEOs are men. They go, it's the gender pay gap. No, a man will sacrifice his life for his work in a way that most females won't, because they see it as a form of conquest. It's the reason I enjoy to fight. It's the reason that some men like having so many women. It's the world, it's conquering. And I think that happiness for a man in one form or another is derived from conquest. I think that's what it is. And that's what motivates me. No matter, there's always something new to conquer. I was ordinary financially. Like, I wasn't born rich. I was born into a very poor family, as smart as my father was. Chess doesn't pay. He also loved gambling, women, and booze. So you add all that up, we were very, very poor. Me, my mother, and my brother, when we moved to England, we grew up in a homeless hostel. So I grew up at the very end of the socioeconomic ladder. I had a worse start than 99% of people. But I lived my life when I was poor, furious at the fact I was poor. Because my ego, and I'll be honest, my ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walk into college, and a Ferrari would drive past. And it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, don't you see, this fat fuck can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not a better man. He's not a better person than me. I'm just as good as him, if not better. I couldn't stand the fact that there are people who could do things I couldn't. So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now, I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich, one way or another. But that's because it bothered me for the first 10 years. You know, my 20s, I was broke most of them. I was broke most of my 20s. So I couldn't stand being ordinary. And my question is this: you're saying ordinary people need to come to terms with their ordinariness. I don't think they do. I think they need to become extraordinary. I think they need to try harder.